in modern-day terms. She's considered to be the highest-priced courtesan in all of Paris. And so she's used to very fine things. And into her life walks Armand Duval, a very handsome young man who has absolutely no money. And what follows is what is considered to be one of the greatest love stories ever written. And now Camille.
So, how are you, madame?
To Monsieur Armand. Thanks, I'm better. Besides, I'm used to
You're
it.
killing yourself. I wish I were your friend or a relative, where I could prevent you from doing yourself harm like that.
Don't be absurd, you couldn't. But what's the matter with you?
What I see.
Oh, you're truly good. Look at the others. See if they busy their heads about me.
The others don't love you as I love you.
True. I'd forgotten this great love.
You laugh at it.
Heaven forbid, I hear the same thing every day. I no longer laugh at it.
All right, but surely this love must write a promise on your part.
What promise?
Why, to take care of yourself.
Take care of myself. Is that possible?
Why not?
Because if I took care of myself, I'd die, my dear. The feverish life I lead is what sustains me. Besides, taking care of oneself is all very well for society when we've got family and friends. But as for us, once we can no longer contribute to anyone's pleasure or vanity, we're abandoned. And long evenings follow the long days. I know it all too well. You see, I was ill in bed for 2 months, and at the end of 3 weeks, nobody came to see me anymore.
I know I'm nothing to you, but if you'd let me, Marguerite, I'd take care of you like a brother. I wouldn't leave you, and I'd see to it that you got well. Then once you had your strength back, you can go back to the life you lead now if you wanted to, but I'm sure you'd come to like a quiet life better.
You get sentimental when you're tired, don't you?
Haven't you got a heart then, Marguerite?
A heart? In my trade, a heart's a liability. Don't sailors throw the ballast overboard in a storm? But you're serious.
Very serious.
Prudence wasn't fooling when she called you tender-hearted. So you'd really take care of me?
Yes.
You'd stay with me all the time?
For as long as you could stand me.
And you call this?
Devotion.
And where does this devotion come from?
From an irresistible affinity I feel for you.
How long has this been going on?
For 2 weeks now. Ever since I saw you cross my path one day. Beautiful, proud, smiling. Ever since that day, I've kept an eye on you in a quiet way in the background.
Well, how comes it you've never told me this before?
I didn't know you then, Marguerite.
That could have been easily remedied. When I was ill, you came so often to know how I was. Why didn't you come on up here?
What right did I have to enter your home?
Does one stand on ceremony with a woman like me?
One always stands on ceremony with a woman. And then...
And then...
Well, I was afraid of how you might influence my life.
So you are in love with me?
If I'm to confess my love, it won't be today.
Don't ever do it.
Why?
Because what can come of it? Either I won't believe it and so you'll resent me, or I will believe it and then you'll have sad company out of a sick, skittish, sad woman, sad and gay, whose gaiety is sadder than grief. A woman who spends 100,000 francs a year. That's fine for an old moneybags like the Duke, but it's pretty problematic for a young fellow like you. There, that's enough prattling. Give me your hand. Let's return to the drawing room before tongues begin to wag.
Rejoin the others if you like. But do, please, permit me to stay behind.
Because?
Because your gaiety makes me miserable.
Would you like a word of advice?
Sure.
Get out of here on the double and save yourself with what you tell me is true. Or love me like a good friend and nothing more. Come to see me now and then. We'll laugh, we'll chat. But don't exaggerate in your mind what I'm worth, because I'm not worth much. You have a kind heart, and you need to be loved. You're too young, too sensitive to live in our world. Love another woman or get married. You see, I'm a good sort, and I speak frankly. So it's agreed. You don't love me anymore.
I'll follow your advice. I'll go away.
As bad as that, is it?
Yes.
How many have told me as much and yet haven't gone away?
That's because you wouldn't let them go.
Goodness, no.
Then you've never loved anyone?
Never, thank God.
Thank you.
For what?
For saying that. Nothing could make me happier.
You're a strange one.
Marguerite, if I told you I've spent whole nights beneath your windows, that for 6 months I had kept a button that had fallen off your glove.
I wouldn't believe you.
You're right. I'm demented. Laugh at me. It's the best thing to do. Goodbye.
Armand,
You're calling me back?
I don't want you to go away mad.
Mad? At you? Could I be?
Let's see. In everything you've told me, was there a grain of truth?
How can you ask me that?
All right then, shake hands. Come to see me now and then often, and we'll talk about it again.
That's too much and not enough.
Well then, name your own terms, as it does appear I owe you something.
Speak that way. I don't want to see you laugh at serious matters anymore.
I'm not laughing now.
Answer me.
What?
Do you want to be loved?
That depends. By whom?
By me.
Tell me more.
To be loved with a profound, eternal love.
Eternal?
Yes.
So say I fall for this line right off. What will you say of me?
I'll say it.
You'll say what everybody else says about me, but so what? Since I have a shorter future than others do, I have to live faster. But never you mind. As eternal as your love may be, and as little time as may be left to me, I'll still outlive your love.
Marguerite.
In the meantime, you are moved, you're sincere. You are convinced that what you say is true. All that merits something. Take this flower.
What'll I do with it?
You'll bring it back to me.
When?
When it is withered.
How long does that take?
No longer than it takes for any flower to wither, the span of a night or a moment.
Oh, how happy you've made me, Marguerite.
Then tell me again that you love me.
Yes, I love you.
And now take your leave.
I will.
Now, Marguerite does fall in love with Armand, but she doesn't want to give up her high, very expensive lifestyle. So she devises a scheme by which to charm some money out of an old friend, the Count de Jouret. If she's successful, she'll have enough of his money to go off and spend the summer with Armand in the countryside, and she hopes then that their love will thrive.
Marguerite.
You love me as much as you did?
No.
Once?
I love you 1,000 times more, madame.
And what have you done today?
I've been to see Gustave, Prudence, Michel. I've been every place where I could hear people talk about Marguerite.
And tonight?
My father wrote me. He's been waiting for me at Tours. I wrote back that he could stop waiting, as if I'd go to Tours.
Still, you mustn't quarrel with your father.
Oh, no danger of that. And now it's your turn. What have you done?
Me? Oh, I've been thinking about you.
Honestly?
Honestly. And I've made some lovely plans.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me.
Later.
Well, why not right away?
Because you may not love me enough yet. Once they may be achieved, there'll be plenty of time to tell you. All you need know now is that you're my preoccupation.
I am?
Yes. You whom I love too much.
Come on.
Tell me.
Tell
He
me.
opened it because they have to unlock
Can I hide anything from you?
I'm listening.
I hit upon a scheme.
Yes.
Scheme?
All I can tell you is what I'm aiming at.
And what's that?
Because he has it.
How would you like to spend the summer in the country?
How can you even ask?
But if my scheme succeeds, and it will, in a few weeks I'll be free. I won't know anything. And then we'll go to the country to spend the summer together.
And you can't tell me by what means?
No.
And you've hatched this plan all by yourself, Marguerite.
What a question to ask.
Just tell me.
Well then yes, all by myself.
And you'll bring it about by yourself, too.
All by myself.
Have you read Manon Lescaut, Marguerite?
My copy's in the living room.
Do you think highly of Desgrieux?
Why do you ask?
Because at one point, Manon, like you, devises a scheme too, which is to get Monsieur de B to give her some money, and then spend it with Margeruitte. Margeruitte, you have more tenderness than she does. And well, I have more integrity than he does.
Which means...
If that's the kind of scheme you have in mind, I don't accept.
Very well then, dear. Let's say no more about it. Lovely day, isn't it?
Lovely.
There are lots of people on the Champs-Élysées.
Boss.
Will it be like this, do you think, till the moon changes?
Hey, what's the moon got to do with it?
What would you have me talk about? When I tell you I love you, when I give you proof, you get grumpy, so I talk about the moon.
What could I say, Margeruitte? I'm jealous of your least thought. When you proposed to me just now...
We're back to that.
My God, yes, we're back to that. What you proposed to me just now would drive me wild with joy. The mystery surrounding the execution of the project.
Let's see. Let's use our heads a little. You love me and you'd like to spend some time with me away from this wretched Paris.
Yes, I'd like that.
Me too. I love you and I want the same thing, but for that, we need what I don't have. Now, you're not jealous of the Duke. You know what pure sentiment's tied him to me, so let me do it.
Yet.
Come on. I love you. Is it agreed?
But...
Is it agreed? Come now.
Not yet.
Very well, then. You can come see me tomorrow and we'll talk about it again.
Tomorrow? Then you're dismissing me already?
I'm not dismissing you. You can stay a little longer.
A little longer? Margeruitte, you're expecting someone.
Don't start again.
Margeruitte, you're deceiving me.
How long have I known you?
4 days.
What makes me receive your visits?
Nothing.
If I didn't love you, would I have the right to show you the doors I've done to Bobille and so many others?
Of course.
Well then, my dear, accept my loving you and don't grumble.
Pardon. 1,000 pardons.
At this rate, I'll spend my whole life pardoning you.
This will be the last time. There, I'll be going now.
Come see me tomorrow at noon and we'll have lunch together.
Till tomorrow then?
Till tomorrow.
At noon?
At noon.
You swear to me
What?
that you weren't expecting someone.
Again, I swear to you that I love you and no one else in the whole wide world but you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, you big baby. You could have convinced me a week ago that this man whose existence I never even suspected would so thoroughly, so completely possess my mind and my heart. But does he love me? Am I even sure that I love him? I who've never had a taste of love. Why sacrifice any joy? Why not indulge every caprice of the heart? What am I? A creature of chance? So that chance make of me what it will. It seems to me that I'm happier than I've ever been my whole life. Or is that a bad omen? We erring sisters always expect to be loved, never to fall in love ourselves. So when the first symptoms of the grand malady strike, we spin out of control. Hello, Count.
Hello, dear friend, and how are things going?
Perfectly.
It's devilishly cold out. Now, you asked for me to be here at 10:13. You see that I am.
We need to have a chat, my dear Count.
Have you had supper?
Why?
Well, because we could go to supper and talk during the meal.
You're hungry?
Well, a little supper's always welcome, and dinner at the club was a pretty disappointment.
What were they doing there?
They were gambling when I left.
Was Sangadan losing?
He lost 25 louis and was carrying on as if it were 1,000.
He had supper here the other night, he and Olivia.
And who else?
Gaston Rioux, you know him?
Yes.
Monsieur Armand Duval.
What is the story of this Armand Duval?
He's a friend of Gaston's. And then there was Prudence and I, and that's it. We had a lot of laughs.
Well, if I would have known, I would have come. By the way, did someone leave here just now, before I came in?
No, nobody.
Well, it was just that as I was getting out of my carriage, someone ran up to me, as if to see who I was, and after seeing me, went away.
Could it be Armand?
I have a bit of news.
What?
The Gookie is getting married.
Our Polish prince.
Himself.
To whom?
Yes,
How should I know?
he's marrying that little Adele.
She's making a mistake.
On the contrary, he is.
My dear, when a man of the world marries a girl like Adele, he's not making a bad bargain, she is. Your Paul is bankrupt. He has a detestable reputation. And if he marries Adele, it's for the 12 to 15,000 pound income that you've arranged to receive, one installment after another. Now we need to talk seriously, my dear Count.
Oh, seriously, I would just as soon keep it light.
We'll see how lightly you take things.
I'm listening.
You carry any cash?
Me? Never do.
Well, it'll have to be a note.
Funds running low here.
Oh my, yes, to the tune of 15,000 francs.
Devil, that's a tidy sum. And why exactly 15,000?
Because that's what I owe.
Ah, so you pay your creditors, do you?
They do seem to prefer it that way.
It's absolutely necessary.
Yes.
Then, it's settled. I'll write the notes. You just give it to my steward.
Letter? Who can be writing me at this hour? Armand.
What's the letter?
What's the letter? Why, it's good news for you, my dear friend.
How so?
You gain 15,000 francs by this letter.
That's got to be a record.
The money I was asking you for, I don't need it anymore.
Ah, so your debts are settled, nice of your creditors.
No, my dear, I was in love.
You?
Little old me.
Good God! With whom?
The man who didn't love me, as often happens. The man who had no money, as always happens.
Ah, yes. Affairs like that give you the hope of surviving yours.
And here's what he writes me.
My dear Marguerite, wait, this is from Monsieur Duval. It is unbecoming for me to play the fool, even for the woman I love. The very moment I left your building, Monsieur the Count de Margeruitte entered it. I have neither the age nor the character of Saint-Gaudin. Forgive me the one fault I have, that not being a millionaire. Let's both forget that we ever knew each other, and for that instant we thought of ourselves in love. When you receive this letter, I shall have met Paris. This is one very jealous laddie. Ah, now I see what those bills were all about. Neat little scheme, that.
You invited me to supper.
The offer still stands. You'll never eat 15,000 francs worth, so I'll still come out here.
Then let's go have some supper. I need some fresh air.
Your mistake, still idea. You seem to be hit pretty hard.
It will pass. You'll have to take us as we are, my poor friend.
I'm used to all of that.
Go on, I forgot my shawl.
Marguerite,
What is it?
Please forgive me.
You don't deserve it. I don't mind you being angry and writing a jealous letter, but an ironic and impertinent one is another matter. You've really upset me, and you've hurt my feelings even more.
You, Marguerite, haven't you done the same to me? When I saw the Count arrive, when I put it to myself that you turned me out to make room for him, I went crazy. I lost my head and I wrote to you. And instead of denying my accusations as I hoped, you told Nanine that everything was fine. So I asked myself, What would become of me if I never saw you again? Suddenly, stretched out all around me, was a desert. Don't forget, Margeruitte, that though I've only known you for a few days, I've loved you for 2 years.
Very well then, my friend, it appears you've made a wise resolution.
What's that?
To leave. Did you tell me so in a letter?
As if I could do that.
But you must.
Must?
Not only for yourself, but for me. My situation obliges me to stop seeing you, and common sense forbids me to love you.
So you do love me a little, Margeruitte.
I did love you.
And now?
Now that I've given the matter some thought, I see that I was wrong.
Besides, if you'd loved me, you wouldn't have received the Count, especially tonight.
And that's another reason why we should go no further. Why not accept me as I am, taking what's good in me, leaving what's bad, and ignoring the rest?
This isn't how you were talking just now, Margeruitte, giving me glimpses of the months we might spend together, alone, far from Paris, away from the world. Falling out of that hope into reality, I got hurt pretty badly.
You're right. I told myself a little break would do me good. He takes an interest in my health. If there was some way to spend some time with him in peace in some country retreat in the heart of some forest, I'd have that at least to set against the bad days. At the end of 3 or 4 months, we would have returned to Paris, warmly shaken hands and fashioned a friendship out of the remnants of our love. There was still a lot to hope for, since the love I can inspire, violent though it has often been called, often it hasn't enough substance to sustain a friendship later on. But in any case, that was too much to ask for. One word from you proved that to me. Well, you wanted to know more?
You must be crazy, Margeruitte. I love you. That doesn't mean that you're pretty and we can spend 3 or 4 months together. You're my every hope, my every thought, my whole life. I love you. What more can I say?
Then you're absolutely right. It's time for us to call it quits right this instant.
Naturally. Because you don't love me.
Because you don't know what you'll say.
And what makes you say that?
What makes? You really want to know? Because there are times when I take this new dream and I shape it into a hope. Because there are times when my soul feels cloyed and weary. I catch glimpses of a future. Very different from this frenzy I call my life. What busies my mind, feeds my senses, my pride. But it starves my heart, which then swells up and suffocates me. Women like me appear happy and are envied, when in reality, our lovers rush to ruin themselves, not for us as they would claim, but for their own vanity. We come first in their self-love, last in their esteem. We are friends, friends like Prudence, whose friendship borders on servitude, never selflessness. We don't care much what they do, so long as they're seen in our boxes or ride in our carriages. So all around us, ruin, shame, lying. That's why now and then, I used to dream, not daring to tell a soul, of meeting a man high-minded enough not to call me to account for anything. Who wanted nothing more than to be the lover of my dreams. I found that man in the Duke. But my nature could not be fulfilled by the feeble protection and consolation of an aged lover. And then I met you. You, young, ardent, happy. The tears you shed for me, the interest you took in my health, your mysterious visits during my illness, your frankness, your enthusiasm. Everything invited in me to see in you the one I was crying out for in the depths of my riotous solitude. In a minute, like a lunatic, I built a whole future on our love. I dreamed of the countryside, of purity. I remembered my childhood. We all have childhoods, no matter what we may become. But in the end, that was too much to ask for. One word from you proved that to me. But you wanted to know all. Are you satisfied?
Do you imagine, Marguerite, after those words, I'm going to leave you? That when happiness greets a man, he'll run the other way? No, Marguerite, no. Your dream will come true, I swear it. Let's not be slaves to common sense. We love each other. Let's go where our love leads us.
Just don't be unfaithful to me, Armand. Remember that a violent emotion could kill me. Keep in mind who I am and what I am.
You're an angel, and I love you.
Well, Marguerite's plans to extract money are thwarted, so she decides to start selling off her own jewelry and pieces of her furniture and things like that, so that she does have the funds to go to the country and spend the summer with Armand. And things go extremely well, her health improves, until one evening while Armand is away, a mysterious visitor arrives, and then all her plans start to change.
Mademoiselle Marguerite Gautier?
I'm she, sir. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
To Monsieur Duval, Armand's father.
Armand isn't here, sir.
I know, mademoiselle. Actually, it is you I wish to see. It's time for some plain speaking, so do please hear me out. My son, mademoiselle, is compromising himself for you and courting ruin. What is the meaning of this letter from my notary, who tells me that Armand wants to make a settlement on you?
I assure you, sir, that if Armand has done this, he has done it without my knowledge, for he is well aware that I would refuse any such offer.
Nevertheless, mademoiselle, you must be living on something.
You compel me to reveal that which I should like to keep from you. But as I prize before everything else the esteem of Armand's father, I will speak. Ever since I've known your son, in order that my love should not resemble for one instant all that went by that name in my set, I have sold or pawned furniture, gems, cashmeres, carriages, and the rest of that wretched excess that you reproach me with. Lastly, if you doubt my claims, consider this. I was not expecting you, sir, and you cannot believe that this legal instrument was prepared for your eyes. If you have doubts, see for yourself.
A sale of your furniture to be paid by the purchaser to your creditor, the surplus reverting to you. Might I have been mistaken?
Yes, you were mistaken, sir. Or should I say misled? Yes, I've been frivolous. Yes, I have a sad past, but ever since I've been in love, in order to erase it, I would have given my blood to the last drop. Whatever you may have heard of me, my heart is in the right place. I am sincere, as you will see when you know me better. It is Armand who has transformed me. He's loved me, he loves me still. And you are his father, you must be good like him. I beg you don't speak ill of me to him, for he'll believe you, for he loves you. And I love and honor you because you are his father.
Please forgive me, madame, for having begun so clumsily. I did not know you, and could not have foreseen all I have discovered in you. I arrived in vexation on account of my son's silence and ingratitude, which I blamed on you. Please forgive me.
I appreciate your gallant apology, sir.
But, by the same token, it is in the name of your noble sentiments that I'm about to ask you to give Armand the greatest proof of love that you can give him. We are conversing like two true hearts, having the same affection, though in different senses, and both of us eager, are we not, to prove this affection to the one we hold dear.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Your soul has depths of altruism that a great many women lack. Thus, it is as a father, Margeruitte, that I speak to you. A father who comes to ask you for the happiness of his 2 children.
2 children?
Yes, Margeruitte, 2 children. I have a daughter, young, beautiful, pure as an angel. She loves the young man, and she too has fixed all her hopes upon this love. But she has a right to it. Well then, this child of mine, my beloved Blanche, is to marry a respectable man. She is entering an honorable family, who wish everything in mine to be honorable as well. The family of the man who is to become my son-in-law have learned of Armand's way of life, and have threatened to withdraw their consent if he persists in this course. The future, then, of a girl who has done you no harm lies in your hands. Margeruitte, in the name of your love, grant me my daughter's hand.
How would you ask her to deign to speak to me in this fashion? What can I refuse such elegant pleading? Yes, I understand you. I believe, Paris. I was separated from Armand for a time. It will cause me pain, but I wish to do this so you will have nothing to reproach me with. And after all, the sorrow of separation will be forgotten in the joy of reunion. You'll have no objections, I hope, to his writing to me sometimes, and once his sister is married, so...
Thank you, Margeruitte. Thank you. But it is something else that I ask of you.
Something else? What more then can you be asking of me?
Listen well, my dear, and let's face squarely what must be done. A temporary separation will not suffice.
You wish me to leave Armand altogether?
There is no other way.
Never! You don't know then how much we love each other. That I have neither friends, parents, nor family. And then in forgiving me, Armand promised to be all that to me. And that I admit my life with ease. And lastly, you don't know that I've been stricken with a fatal illness and I have but a few years left. Leave Armand, sir. You might as well kill me at once.
Now, please, remain calm and let's not exaggerate. You mistake for sickness a fatigue of a somewhat hectic life. Surely you will not die before that age when death is welcome. I do ask of you an enormous sacrifice, I know, but one which you cannot avoid in any case. Listen to me. You have known Armand for 3 months and you loved him. But does a love so young have the right to ruin an entire future? And it is my son's whole future that you're ruining by staying with him. Are you even sure your love will last? Has your optimism never misled you before now? What if you should suddenly happen to realize, too late, that you do not love my son? What if you should happen to love another? Pardon me, Margeruitte, but the past affords grounds for such speculation.
Never, sir. Never have I loved, never shall I love as I love now.
That may be so. Yet, if you are not mistaken, what about him? At his age, is the heart capable of a decisive commitment? Don't the affections keep changing? With the same heart, a son loves his parents above all others. Then, when he marries, he loves his wife more than his parents. And later, as father, he loves his children more than his parents, wife, and mistresses. The heart is fickle because its lavish bounty cannot be confined. It could be, then, that you are both deluded, he as well as you. What more probable? Now, do you want to see beyond probability, to react certainty? You're listening, I trust?
My God, how could I not?
You are on the verge of sacrificing everything for my son. But what equal sacrifice, supposing he accepts yours, can he make in return? He will take the days of your youth. And later on, when he has had his fill, for that day will come, what will follow? Either he will be an ordinary man and will leave you, throwing your past in your face and saying that he's doing no more than others have done before him. for he will be an upright man and marry you, or at least keep you closer to you. This liaison, or this marriage, which won't be based on chastity, which won't be supported by religion, which won't yield a family, this connection, excusable perhaps in a youth, will it be so in a man of riper years? To what ambition dare he aspire? What career will be open to him? What consolation shall I receive from my son after dedicating 20 years of my life to his welfare? Your cohabitation is not the union of two pure kindred spirits, of innocent affections, no. It is passion, in her most earthly and most human guise, born of the caprice of the one and the fantasy of the other. What will remain of it when you have both grown old? Who tells you that the first wrinkles on your forehead will not lift the veil from his eyes, and that the illusion will not fade with your youth?
For reality.
Youth and love, both lost. Behold your double old age, doubly deserted, doubly isolated, doubly still. Do you see it? How will you be remembered? What good will you have accomplished? You and my son have two completely opposed routes to travel, which chance has joined for an instant, but which reason must separate forevermore. The life you freely chose for yourself gave no clue of what chance has sent your way. You have enjoyed 3 happy months. Don't seek to prolong this joy, lest it tarnish. Treasure its memory in your heart, and it may make you strong. That's all you have the right to ask of it. One day, you will be proud of your sacrifice, and all your life you will have your own self-esteem. It's a man who knows life who speaks to you, a father who implores you. Come, Margeruitte, prove to me that you truly love my son. Have you the courage to do this?
So do what she may. A fallen creature will never rise again. God may perhaps forgive her, but the world will remain inflexible. After all, by what right do you seek to take in the heart of the family a seat reserved on virtue alone? You love? Is that supposed to be some justification? Whatever evidence you may give of this love, no one will believe you, and why should they? What are you doing? Talking to us of love in the future when new ones are these? Just look at the mire of your past! What man would wish to call you wife? What child would wish to call you mother? You're right, sir, you're right. Everything you just said to me, I've told myself often enough. Terror. In the moment I said it, I managed not to hear myself out to the end. You speak the words again and they become real. They command obedience. You speak to me on behalf of your son, your daughter. And again, you're right, quite right to do so. One day you will tell that pure and lovely girl, for it is to her that I am prepared to sacrifice my happiness. One day you will tell her that once there was a woman somewhere who had but one thought, one hope, one dream in the world. And at the invocation of her name, that woman renounced all that, crushed her heart between her hands and died of it. For I will die with her. Then perhaps God will forgive me.
Poor woman!
You pity me, sir, and you're weeping, I think. Thank you for those tears. They will fortify me as much as you may wish. You ask me to separate from your son, to spare him distress, to salvage his honor, to safeguard his future. What must I do? Direct me. I'm ready.
You must tell him you don't love him anymore.
He won't believe me.
You must leave.
He'll follow me.
Then,
here, sir. Do you believe that I love Armand, that I love him unselfishly?
Yes, Margeruitte.
Do you believe that in this love I have invested the joy of my life, that it is my absolution?
I do.
Very well then. Give me one kiss as you would kiss your daughter, and I swear to you that this one kiss, the only truly pure one I ever will have received, give me strength to conquer my love. That your son will be returned to you in a week. Sad perhaps for a time, thoroughly cured. I also swear to you that he will know nothing of our conversation.
You are a noble girl, Margeruitte. But I do fear.
Never fear, sir. He will hate me. One last favor, sir.
Speak, madame, speak.
In a few hours, Armand is about to face a great sorrow, perhaps the greatest sorrow he will ever know. He will need the support of someone who loves him. Come to his aid, stand by him. Now let us part. He could return at any moment. We'd be undone if he found us together.
But what are you going to do?
If I told you so, you'd forbid me to do it.
Then, what may I do for you to discharge the debt I shall owe?
You might, when I am dead and Armand curses my memory, you might assure him that I loved him well, that I gave signal proof of this. I hear a noise. Farewell, so it's unlikely we'll ever meet again. Be happy. Oh God. Give me the courage I need. A letter to Armand. What am I going to say to him? Oh, I must be mad or I'm dreaming. This can't be happening. A human being can't be forced to do more than it's capable of doing.
So what are you up to there, Marguerite?
Nothing, my love.
You were writing.
No. Yes.
Why are you upset? Why so pale? Who are you writing to? Give me the letter.
This letter is for you, Armand, but please, in heaven's name, don't ask me to give it to you.
I thought we were done with the secrets and the mysteries.
No more than it seems with suspicions.
Forgive me. I too have something on my mind.
What's that?
My father's coming.
You saw him?
No, but he left a stern letter at my place. He's gotten word that I've been living out here with you, and he's likely to come here this evening. We'll be talking everything over, since God knows what he may have heard, and what he'll have to do to change his mind. But still, he'll see you, and when he sees you, he'll love you. So what's the difference? I am dependent on him, that's a fact. But if I have to, I'll find work.
He loves me. But you mustn't quarrel with your father, darling. He's coming, you said? Let me withdraw then. He mustn't be here. I mustn't be here when he comes in. But I'll come right back. Then I'll be there near you with you. And then I'll throw myself at his feet. I'll beg him. I'll convince him not to separate us.
What a passionate outburst, Marguerite. It's not my news that's gotten you so worked up. You could hardly stand. There's trouble here, this letter.
There's something in this letter that I can't say to you, Armand. You know, there are things that one can either say face to face nor have read in one's presence. This letter was proof of the love I was giving you. I swear it by your love. Please don't ask me anything more about it.
Keep the letter, Marguerite. I know everything. Prudence told me the whole story this morning. And that's why I went to Paris. I know the sacrifice that you were willing to make for me. And while you were looking out for our welfare, so was I. Everything's in order now. How can I ever requite such love? Dear, good Marguerite.
Since you know everything, just let me leave.
Leave?
Slip away, I mean. I'll be there within 2 steps of you in the garden with Gustav in the shed. All you need to do is call and I'll come right back. How could I ever leave you? You calm your father down and then what more will we need? And then live together as we did before. do me good. If I ever hurt you, please forgive me, for it wasn't my fault. I love you more than the whole world. You love me too, don't you? You never despise or curse me for giving proof of this love, no matter what it was.
Why these tears?
I needed to have myself a little cry. There. Now I'm better. I'm going to go and rejoin Gustav in the shed, but I'll be there, always yours. Always ready to rejoin you, always loving you. Now I'm smiling. Till later. For always.
Dear Margeruitte, how the idea of separation frightens her. How much she loves me. I was just being an alarmist. My father will understand me. The past is dead. Besides, what a difference there is between Margeruitte and other women. I ran into that Olympia the other day, always busy with parties and fun. Those without love have to cram their lonely hearts full of noise. She's giving a ball in a few days, and she's invited me and Margeruitte. As if Margeruitte and I would ever return to that world. How time drags when she's not here. Letter she wrote. Why am I so nervous? I'm now how childish. When you receive this letter, Armand,
Marguerite goes off and becomes mistress to the Baron de Barville, while Armand kind of throws himself into gambling and other reckless dissipation. After several months, they finally meet at a casino, and at that time she fears that the Baron is going to challenge Armand, so she begs him to leave.
You sent for me, madame?
Yes, I have to speak with you, Armand.
I'm listening. You're going to defend your behavior?
No, there's no question of that. I beg you not to rig up the past.
You're right. It's too full of shame for you.
Don't load me with reproaches, Armand. Give me a hearing without hatred, anger, or scorn. Here, Armand, give me your hand.
Never, madame. If that's all you had to say to me,
I would have thought that one day you'd repulse my hand if I offered it. That's not what it's about, Armand. You have to go away again.
go away again?
Yes. Rejoin your father and ride away too.
And why is that?
Because Monsieur de Barville is going to challenge you. And I don't want anything dreadful to happen on my account.
So you advise me to flee a challenge. You advise me to act the coward. But of course, what other advice can come from a woman like you?
Aunt, I swear to you, for the past month I have suffered so much I scarcely have strength to speak of it. I feel that sickness within me, swelling, burning me up. In the name of our past, in the name of what I have yet still to suffer, Armand, in the name of your sister, your mother, run from me. Leave Paris. Forget my very name if you can.
I understand, madame. You're afraid for your lover. That is to say, your livelihood. I could ruin you with one pistol shot, or one sword thrust.
You could be killed, Armand, that's what I dread.
What do you care whether I live or die? When you wrote me, Armand, forget me, I'm someone else's mistress, were you worried about my life? If I didn't die after that letter, it's because I still had to get my revenge. So that's how you thought it would go, huh? That you could break my heart and I wouldn't get even with you or your accomplice? No, madame. No. Now that I've come back to Paris, any reconciliation between Monsieur de Barville and me will cost blood. I'd kill him even if you were to die with him. I swear!
Monsieur de Barville is not to blame for any of this.
You love him, madame. That's enough to make me hate him.
You know perfectly well that I don't love that man. Can't love him.
Then why have you given yourself to him?
Don't ask me that, Armand. I can't tell you.
I'll tell you why myself. You're a girl with no heart and no loyalty. Your love belongs to the highest bidder. You've made your heart a piece of merchandise. Finding yourself faced with the sacrifice you intended to make for me, you lost your nerve. You let your instincts get the upper hand. Because in the end, the man who devoted his life to you delivered his honor unto you. In your eyes, he wasn't worth the horses of your carriage or the diamonds around your neck.
Yes, I did all that. Yes, it was a vile, wretched creature who didn't love you. I betrayed you. The more vile I am, the less you should remember me. The less you should risk your life for me and distress those who love you. On my knees, I beseech you, go, leave Paris, don't look back.
I'd like nothing better. But on one condition.
Whatever it is, I accept.
You leave with me.
Never.
Never!
Oh my God, give me the courage I need.
Listen, Marguerite. I'm mad. Feverish. My blood's boiling, my brain's on fire. I'm in that passionate state where a man's capable of anything. Of an abomination, even. At first, I thought it was hate that was impelling me toward you. But it was love. Invincible love. Exasperating, heinous, swollen with remorse, with self-contempt, with shame. Yes, after what's happened, I despise myself for this stubborn love. But go ahead. Give me one word of repentance. Blame your conduct on chance, on fate, on your own frailty. And I'll forgive you, Marguerite. What does this man matter to me? I hate him only if you love him. Just tell me that you don't. That you still love me. And I'll forget everything. We'll put Paris behind us. We'll go to the ends of the earth if we have to, until we stop seeing human faces and can be alone in the world with our love.
I'd give my life for 1 hour of the bliss that you offer. But bliss like that is impossible.
Still?
Between us lies an abyss. We can no longer love each other and leave. Forget me. It must be. I've sworn it.
To whom?
To one who had the right to us the oath.
To Monsieur de Barville? No!
Yes.
To Monsieur de Barville, whom you love? You tell me you love him and I leave.
Well, then yes, I love Monsieur de Barville.
Do you see this woman? Do you know what she did? She sold everything she possessed to live with me. So great was her love for me. That's beautiful, isn't it? You know what I did? Like a cat, I accepted her sacrifice without giving her a thing in exchange. Well, it's not too late. I repent, and I've come back to make reparation. You are all witnesses, and I owe nothing more to this woman!
Marguerite's health continues to deteriorate, and months pass. And finally, when all hope is lost, Armand returns for one last time. You can't be here. It's impossible for God to be so kind.
It's me, Marguerite. Here I am, so repentant, so worried, so guilty that I dared not cross this threshold. If I hadn't run into Nenny, I'd have stayed in the streets, praying and weeping. Don't despise me, Marguerite. My father's written me the whole story. I was awfully far away from you. I didn't know where to go to escape my love and my remorse. I left like a madman, on the move night and day, without a break, without rest, without sleep, pursued by dark forebodings, seeming to this house in the distance, draped in black. Oh, but if I hadn't found you, I'd be dead, for I had killed you. I haven't seen my father yet. Please tell me that you forgive us both. Oh, it's good to see you again.
Forgive you, my love. The blame is mine, only mine. What else could I do? I wanted your happiness, even at the expense of my own. But now, your father won't separate us again, will he? It's not your former Marguerite that you've come home to. I'll get my looks back. And you'll forget it all. From today, we begin to live again.
Listen, Marguerite, from this very day, we're going to leave this house. We'll never see Paris again. Now that my father knows your goodness, he'll love you as his son's good angel. My sister's married. The future belongs to us.
Keep talking to me, keep talking. Your words make my soul bleed again. Your breath restores my health. I said it today. There was only one thing that could save me. I no longer hope for it, but here you are. On the very first day of the new year, what a surprise Providence saved for me. Tell me again that you love me.
Yes, I love you. My whole life is yours.
We used to talk with you every day, Eileen and I. There's no one dare utter your name. Now it's come true, you've come back. What exciting, wonderful lands you must have seen.
What's wrong, Marguerite?
Take me there.
You're growing pale.
It's nothing. Just, you are like this out of the blue, must take us through.
Marguerite! Speak to me! Marguerite, I beg you!
It's nothing, my love. You know how often I have these sudden fading spells, but they pass quickly. Now I'm better. I'm fit as a fiddle. It's my astonishment at being alive that's sapping my energy.
You're trembling. God. My God.
Come on. Your father would never have written if he hadn't known that I was dying. And I'm thankful to death for holding off until you return. Sooner or later, a person must die that's made it move. I live for love, now I'm dying.
You'll live, Marguerite, you must.
Sit close to me, as close as you can. Perhaps now I had a flash of anger against her. I regret it now. Death is necessary. Oh, if I had the pure past of a chaste, innocent girl, one who had the right to expect the future's bright promises, I might regret leaving a world that held you in it. But it's better as it is. Once dead, my love will only hold a pure memory for me. If I lived, my love would never be free of sin. Believe me, God knows what he's doing.
I'm suffocating.
So I give courage to you. Follow my orders. Open that lap desk. Take out a miniature. It's my portrait. Had it made when I was still pretty. Keep it. It'll help you remember later on. But if ever a beautiful girl loves you, and if you marry her, as I want it to be, as it ought to be, and if she finds that portrait, tell her it's of a friend. Or if God permits her to remain in the darkest corner of heaven, praise every day for her and for you. If she's jealous, as we often are, we other women, and if she finds that portrait and asks you to destroy it, do as she asks, without sorrow, without regret. It will be fair, for I forgive you in advance. A woman suffers too much when she feels herself to be unloved. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm so unhappy.
Strange. Anyone would say life is reviving in me. I feel better than I've ever felt before. I'm going to live. It's remarkable how good I feel.
Marguerite? Marguerite! Marguerite! Dead! What will become of me?
Thank you, everyone. Translator of the piece. Thanks again, everyone. I hope you all enjoy the festival.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. High five. All right.
Very nice.
Cool.